Hi, DJ Hurley here from MKFM. I'm actually sitting in the MKFM studios right now at Stadium MK in Milton Keynes. And this is part 2 of a 2-part series of videos where I'm talking about riders specifically for DJs. Now, if you haven't seen the part 1 video, make sure you go check that out. Link in the description below for that. And in part 1, I'm specifically focusing on the hospitality rider for a DJ, whereas in this video, part 2, this one is all about the technical rider for a DJ. Okay, so a technical rider for DJs covers the behind-the-scenes essentials for the setup and equipment and gear that you're likely to need to use on the night, so that your set can go off without any hitches. So what is a technical rider? A technical rider is basically a checklist of all the gear, setup, technical support that a DJ needs to perform their best. It's like a roadmap for the promoter or the venue to get things ready before you arrive. Okay, so the core of a technical rider for a DJ. First and foremost, the gear. Here's what most DJs would request. A DJ setup like a pair of Pioneer DJ CDJ 3000s, a Pioneer DJ DJM A9 mixer, or whatever gear you're comfortable with. Always include a backup plan. Maybe a spare deck or mixer, even a spare controller, just in case something breaks down. Also include USB connectivity or a laptop hookup, especially if you're going to be using Rekordbox, Traktor, Serato, for example. Now, let's step into the booth. Let's think about the stuff that needs to be there for you. Booth monitors are a must. They need to be loud, they need to be clear, and have independent volume control, so you as the DJ can hear exactly what you're doing. And don't forget, request high quality cables. Power, audio, backups. No one wants to deal with crackling or loose connections during their set. Next, let's talk about the stage. The table height is crucial. That's something I've definitely found as well. Usually around waist height or about 1 meter. No one wants to hunch over for hours, and I would recommend that you request something similar. Find a height that works for you and specifically put that in your technical rider. I believe space is key too. As a DJ, you might have laptops, controllers, other gear, so leave room for them to set everything up comfortably. I've played 1 or 2 events at the Marshall Arena where we've had 4 CDJs and a Pioneer mixer, and actually it doesn't leave you with a lot of room to put a controller, for example, or if you're a laptop DJ using Traktor, Serato, Rekordbox, maybe your DVS, so digital vinyl system, which is going to include a laptop and also include some vinyl turntables. Vinyl turntables plus 4 CDJs plus the mixer plus the laptop ain't happening unless you request it. So request it. Get it on your technical rider. And the platform needs to be stable. Trust me, if the decks are wobbling, the vibe is off. I remember playing at a night called Traffic. It was like a garage night, and it was just off the A1 in Hertfordshire in the UK. And the actual deck stand was actually suspended from 4 chains from the ceiling. And the reason for that was that there was no connection with the floor where the speakers would rumble. Whereas at the Marshall Arena recently, with the speakers that were on the stage, plus the monitors that were on the stage, I set up this camera on the same tripod I'm using now, and I could not use any of the footage of my entire set because it was wobbling too much because of the vibrations literally through the desk. I found out that the following weekend, using exactly the same equipment on the same stage, same desk, nothing had changed, that Mickey Finn tried to start playing a vinyl set at the Sanctuary Reunion event, and he had to give up after the first couple of songs because the needles were just jumping way too much. The vibrations on that table or on the stage desk were way too much. Not so bad for the CDJs and mixer, of course. Another reason why switching from vinyl to digital is being used in a lot of large venues. That harps back to another one of my videos. I'll put a link to that at the top of the screen here somewhere if you want to go check that out. Moving on next to the crowd's experience. For this, I'm specifically talking about the sound system. This needs to be professional grade, like function 1, void, or L acoustics, and always have a sound engineer on site to handle any technical issues during the set. My tip there, speak to the sound guy on the night, speak to the guy who's going to be looking after the stage equipment, get friendly with them, make eye contact with them, have a quick joke or a laugh, and utilize them through your set. That's my tip, definitely. 2 more sections to go in the technical rider. The next one, lighting and visuals can make or break a DJ set. Some DJs prefer specific light setups, like avoiding strobe lights during transitions. If you're going to be running visuals on the night, make sure again that you've got space and connectivity for all the gear you're going to be using. And don't forget the internet. A solid Ethernet or Wi-Fi connection is going to be a lifesaver for last-minute downloads and updates. And finally, that brings me to backup options. This should also be included on your technical rider as a DJ. You should always have with you a backup USB, laptop, even CDs. But the venues should also have contingencies in place as well. There could be power failures, there could be faulty gear. You need to know that there's a backup ready to go immediately at the venue, provided by the venue. So that's it. That's a full rundown of a DJ's technical rider. Whether you're a DJ or an event organizer, getting these details right makes all the difference. And I said it at the end of the part 1 video, but I'm going to say it again here. It may sound to you like it's very diva-ish. All the demands that these people are making. It's not about that. It's about ensuring that the set you're going to give is to the best of your ability. And the venue and promoter wants to give that experience to the crowd. They're paying you to provide a top set. How can you provide a top set? Well, you know what you need. So tell them, and that's what the rider is for. Don't be frightened about providing one. Say, actually, I've got a hospitality rider and a technical rider. Do you mind if I ping that over to you so you've got a copy? We can discuss anything in it if there's any issues. Do me a favor, can you just do the whole YouTube thing by liking the video if you've got something from it? Subscribe, please, to my channel if you haven't already, because that really helps me push the videos out to other DJs who may be looking for this kind of advice. And also, if you haven't seen part 1, please have a look at the part 1 video. Link is in the description. I'll try and put a link up here now as a card at the top of the screen. Thank you so much for getting me to over 6,000 subscribers. How that has happened, I have no idea, but I thank you so much for it. Right, get out there, go be special. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.